Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be going over the top 10 Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toys that you have to have in your collection. This list will include both the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom line as well as the Jurassic World Legacy Collection line. So first up at number 10 is the Gyrosphere with the Claire figure. This set was actually kind of a surprise to me because I wasn't really all that interested in it at first, but once I finally picked it up, I realized just how cool it actually is. And if you like Jurassic World and you like the whole, segment with the gyrosphere in both the films, I would definitely recommend this one. It's really cool. It's decently priced. It's only around $20. And one of the coolest features about this thing is the way it was designed, where no matter how you spin it, the figures inside and the chairs actually remain upright at all times, and I think that's really cool, and it's just a really cool and cheap figure set. I really recommend it. You should definitely have this one in your collection. Next up is the Baryonyx figure. This is one of the several Roarivore figures that they have. It was kind of a hard choice which one to pick, but I selected this one because we've never really had, we've had several Baryonyxes before, but this is definitely the best one that we've ever had as far as Jurassic Park lines go. And it was also featured in the film, and it looks very accurate to the way that it was featured in the film, and it's just a really cool and unique looking dinosaur. Definitely one of the better, if not the best, of the Roarivore figures that we have so far. And, as far as carnivores go and unique looking dinosaurs, this one definitely fits the bill. And yeah, you should definitely get this one because these figures can be picked up for as cheap as $12, and it's totally worth it for that price. Next, we have an item from the Legacy Collection, which is part of, I believe they're Target exclusive, but you can find them quite a few places online. And that is the red Jeep, which was featured in the first Jurassic Park film. This vehicle is really cool. It's got that iconic look that we all know. It's very cheap. It's only around $15. Out of the two, red Jeeps that we have, of course, the first one was from the original Kenner line. I feel like this is the best one. The only real downside to it is it's scaled much smaller. So if you have any of those, original classic Jurassic Park figures, they're not going to fit in this thing. But it's perfect for the new figures, both from, the Legacy figures and the Jurassic World figures. It's also great for any, G.I. Joe sized figure, the 3 3/4. And yeah, this thing is really movie accurate. It looks really cool. It's got the working winch on the front, and yeah, I can't recommend this one more. Next up are the new Leaping Jurassic World Velociraptor figures. There are actually 4 of these, I believe. There's one that's colored like blue, and then there's 3 other ones that are part of the Legacy Collection line. And these things are really, really awesome. At first, I thought they looked kind of weird because the feet are sort of disproportionate with the rest of its body. But, once I actually picked these up and I got my hands on them, I realized how cool they really are. And these are actually becoming one of my favorite Velociraptor figures of all time. I just love the way they look. They're really accurate as far as, how the Velociraptors appear in all the films. You can get some really cool poses out of them. Their jaws open really wide, and they have some pretty decent articulation in the arms and the neck. And yeah, I really am, becoming a huge fan of these raptors. I think they're probably one of my favorites now. And, if you like collecting raptors, I definitely recommend that you at least get one of these for your collection. And I myself am even considering picking up the other 2 that I don't have because I just love the way they look. And, yeah, you should definitely get one of these. So next up is the Suka figure. This is the first Suka figure we've ever had in any Jurassic Park toy line. So if you like expanding, your dinosaur collection, you definitely need to get this one and add it to your shelf. And I really enjoy this figure. It has the same action attack feature that the Carnotaurus also has. and it looks really neat, and it's just a fluid and natural movement. I love the way that they designed it, and the colors on this thing are also really appealing. It's got a nice vibrant blue color, and the yellow just really complements it overall. And there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's a really nice and eye-catching figure. It reminds me of the Spinosaurus, and I think that's part of the reason why I like it. And it's also really cheap, which is a plus. You can get it for around 20 bucks. So if you don't have this one, I highly recommend that you grab it. And then of course we have the Carnotaurus. The Carnotaurus is designed very closely to the Suka. Like I said, they both share the same action attack feature, where you press down on their spines and it appears like they're attacking or clamping their jaws at something. I chose this one because I'm a huge fan of the Carnotaurus. It's one of my favorite figures, or one of my favorite dinosaurs, I should say. And this is only the third Carnotaurus we've ever had, and I think it just might be the best one. It looks really accurate to the films, and since Fallen Kingdom is the first time we've actually seen a Carnotaurus, all the ones that came, or all the toys that came before this one, weren't really accurate to anything we'd ever seen before. So I highly recommend this one. Like I said, with the Suka, this one's also the same price. It's only around $20. It's totally worth it. It looks great, and yeah, I think you'll be really happy with this one. Now, I felt somewhat obligated to include at least one T-Rex on this list, but it was hard to choose because we've already had so many great ones over the years. We've had the Bull T-Rex, we had the original Red T-Rex, the Thrasher T-Rex, and it's kind of hard to think that you can, outdo any of those ones. But out of the new Jurassic World T-Rexes, it came down to really, the biggest one, the most impressive one, and that's the Colossal T-Rex. This thing is massive. It's probably the single most largest dinosaur figure that we've ever had, at least, up until the time of this video. And, if you want to get this thing, keep in mind there are actually two versions of it. There's a Walmart exclusive one, which has some battle scars on it, and it also features electronic noises. And then there's the normal one, which, it doesn't have any of the scars on it, but I don't believe that one has electronics, so keep that in mind. But similar to the Bull T-Rex, this one is able to swallow whole figures, which is, always an added plus. And, this thing kind of speaks for itself. I can't really say anything to, impress you anymore about how cool this dinosaur actually is. And it's around 50 bucks, so it kind of is on the more expensive side, but if you're a serious dinosaur collector, you definitely need to get this one. And that's all there really is to say about it. So this list wouldn't be complete if I didn't include the Indoraptor. I think that was kind of a no-brainer. There are actually two Indoraptors right now. There's the Grab and Growl one, which is an electronic figure that's very similar to the Thrash and Throw T-Rex. And then there's the normal, super articulated Indoraptor that sells for around $20. I decided to go with that one because the electronic one is really cool. I own both of them, but the only downside to the electronic one is it doesn't have as much posability, and its arms are stuck in one position since, that's part of its grabbing feature. You can't really move it out of that pose. So, but the super articulated one, it's a really great figure. Like I said, it's only $20, which, for the quality that you're getting, it's definitely worth it. The figure just looks great overall. It's got a great paint job. It's very similar to how it appears in the film. It's almost down to a T. And you get some great poses out of this thing. It's got, multiple points of articulation, both in the legs, the arms, the head, the jaw, the neck. If you enjoyed the film, or you enjoyed the design of the raptor in that film, the Indoraptor, you gotta get this one. It's just an amazing all-around figure, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Okay, so we're getting down to the end now, and my number 2 spot is the Spinosaurus from the Legacy Collection. Unfortunately, I don't own this one right now. I'm still waiting for it to come back in stock because it's in such high demand at the moment, but I mean, this one had to be part of the list. I've watched, multiple reviews on it and seen all the pictures online, and it just looks, absolutely incredible. They did an amazing paint job on it. The sculpt is the best Spinosaurus sculpt that we've ever had. It definitely outdoes the electronic Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 that we had. It just looks so much better. It's, also in scale with the T-Rexes that we have now and the new figures. It's got the action attack feature where you press down on its neck and it opens its jaws really wide. But yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. The moment I find it for sale or in stock online, I'm gonna, buy it in a heartbeat. I just think it looks great. Mattel really outdid themselves on this one, and it's just awesome that, we're getting a chance to get some new updated versions of previous dinosaurs from the older films. And yeah, like I said, I can't wait to get this one. It's only $25, which is a fantastic price, and yeah, I recommend that everyone has one of these in their collection. So Mattel has released some amazing figures so far, and there's still a lot of great ones to come, but as for now, my all-time favorite figure is going to be the Mosasaurus, and that's for multiple reasons. Number one, it looks just like the dinosaur from the films. They really nailed the sculpt and overall design of this figure. And number two, it's really kind of a nostalgic figure for me because they decided to do the real feel skin, or the rubbery textured skin, which is, of course, if you remember from the Kenner line, that was the big thing that they used to do with other dinosaurs, was give them that rubbery textured skin. And I was just always a fan of that. It really gives him, another level of just sort of realism, I guess you could say. And, I'm always gonna like the real feel dinosaurs far more than the hard plastic ones. And yeah, this thing, like the colossal T-Rex, the size of this figure just, it's the first thing that your eyes land on when you walk in a room and you see this thing. It's so big. It looks amazing. For the price, for only $30, which is the retail price, it's just totally worth it. I love this thing. I'm so glad it's part of my collection. I think they did an amazing job on it. I don't think they could have done a better job with it. And if you don't have this thing already, you need to go and order it right now, because you're really missing out on just how cool of a figure this is, and I have a feeling that you're going to like it just as much as I do. But anyways, that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your favorite figure is down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and look forward to more videos in the future. And in the meantime, you can check out my channel. I have some toy films, some other, toy review type videos, and yeah, I plan to make a lot more in the future. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.